just so y'all know. We've got about a few callers to get to, so let's do that now, along with any questions that you may have. You're listening to Stephen A. right here on the Stephen A. Smith Show, live on the digital airwaves of YouTube. Yet I Flyer 42 writes, Stephen A. Smith, what's your top 5 sport meccas in the world? Well, most of my stuff has been in the United States of America from a sports standpoint. I would tell you, however, Wembley Stadium can't be ignored. I got to throw that in there because I'm just familiar with that, no doubt about it. I've always wanted to see the Roman Coliseum. I've never been there. But in terms of arenas, I have to put Jerry World, AT&T Stadium in Texas. I have to put that up there. The new SoFi Stadium, I got to put that up there. No doubt about that. So I gave you really 3, Wembley, those 2. Because I've been a lot of different places. I'm not going to pick a venue, but I'm going to pick a city. There's nothing like being in Vegas for a big fight. I just got to say that. So I got SoFi Stadium, Wembley Stadium, AT&T Stadium, Vegas, period, T-Mobile Center, MGM Grand, Caesars Palace, whatever. For a big fight, there's nothing like being in Vegas. So that's 4. And I'm going to say the Garden. It might be rat infested because Penn Station's under it at times and all of this other stuff, but the Garden is the Garden. It's Madison Square Garden. So I'm going to roll with that. Mel B. Lowell writes, will SAS run in 2024? No, I will not, because I don't think I'd win. The only elected office I'd be interested in running for is the presidency, and you've got to shake too many hands, kiss too many babies, and kiss too much you-know-what to really garner the support, the financial support needed to market and advertise and promote and campaign. And I don't think that I would ever be able to generate the money, but I will tell you this. If I could, I'd certainly run against the people that's there now. I'd run against Trump. I'd run against DeSantis. I'd run against Biden. And, hey, I'm not going to lie to you. I've lamented the state of affairs with California, the high taxes and stuff like that. But I got to tell you, when I watched Gavin Newsom debate against Sean Hannity, Gavin Newsom impressed the hell out of me. He impressed the hell out of me. Personally speaking, you got Trump and DeSantis. I'm going to mention my man Christie on the right. Ramaswamy is no joke. He's climbing up the charts. He's a highly intelligent and accomplished individual. He's somebody to be reckoned with. I don't think he should be ignored. But I got to tell you, I would love, y'all going to call me crazy for saying this, I would love to see Gavin Newsom. I think that Gavin Newsom would give anybody a run for their money. When I saw him go against Sean Hannity, and I see some of these videos of him defending Democrats against the GOP, and I see him pointing out some of the things that are not pointed out about the Republican-run states. I'm like, wait a minute now, I didn't know that information. Like, I didn't know that there are red states paying higher taxes overall than the state of California. I didn't know that. So when he makes those cases, I got to tell you something. Gavin Newsom is somebody to be reckoned with. And Andrew Cuomo. That's right, I said it. We know that the scandal-ridden governor is what ran him out of office because of what he was accused of. It ended up amounting to nothing. It was clearly a concerted effort to get him out of office. How true the stories were, I don't know. He denied it. It wasn't proven, but he's out of office. But I'll tell you this. I didn't like the decisions to put folks with COVID in nursing homes and stuff. I get that. But overall, he's very popular. He's very accomplished. He knows his stuff. And a Gavin Newsom or an Andrew Cuomo wouldn't bother me one bit. I'd like to see them going up against some of these Republican folks. That's just me. Jelani Henderson writes, which NFL team will surprise people this year? Surprise people. Well, Detroit's not going to surprise anybody because we're expecting some things from them. The Jets have Aaron Rodgers. It's not going to be a surprise. Jacksonville's already arrived there in the playoffs. Believe it or not, I'm going to say the Pittsburgh Steelers. Because of Mike Tomlin. I know Cleveland, Baltimore, and Cincinnati are all perceived as being better in the AFC North of the National Football League. I'm not sleeping on my Steelers. Sorry. Let's go to the phones. What's up?
Yeah, how you doing, Steve? Hey, this is Chris Thompson from Long Island, New York.
Okay.
I have a question. Who would you take in their prime? No championships involved. Carmelo Anthony or Paul Pierce? Thank you.
I would take Carmelo Anthony. I would take Carmelo Anthony because I think that he was more aggressive offensively. Paul Pierce is the truth. Paul Pierce is a champion. That's something Melo never was, primarily because he messed up, because he signed a 5-year deal with the guaranteed dollars, because he didn't want to sign with a 3-year, then opt out so he could be a free agent in 2010 and free to join LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. That's how Chris Bosh ended up there instead of Melo. I think that was a mistake that cost him a championship in his career. Nevertheless, Melo was aggressive. Melo went after it. Melo was trying to drop 30 on you every night. Brother could ball. I would have to say Carmelo Anthony ahead of Paul Pierce. What's up? Next caller.
Good, Stephen A. This is Darius from Springfield,
Okay.
Illinois. I just wanted to see if, ask you, who's better in their prime, Dwayne Wade or Kevin Durant?
Kevin Durant. Love D. Wade, Hall of Famer. Congratulations to him. Major props, 3-time champion. But D. Wade's not 6'11", with a 7'6" wingspan, who could shoot the ball like KD could. And so, as great and phenomenal as Dwayne Wade was, I think that's Kevin Durant, except taller. I'd have to go with Kevin Durant. What's up? Next caller.
Hey, Stephen, this is Mary from Chicago.
Hey.
You're pushing for Damian Lillard to go to Miami. Why is that different from Durant going to the Warriors? Same thing to me. Have a good day.
Well, Mary, with all due respect, that would be because you evidently don't know basketball. Damian Lillard is struggling and doesn't want to be a part of a rebuilding team. Kevin Durant was in a Game 7 of a Western Conference Finals. His team, the Oklahoma City Thunder, was up 3-1. His team lost a 3-1 lead and lost to the Golden State Warriors in that series. And he joined them a month later. Those are two entirely different scenarios. Damian Lillard and the Portland Trailblazers are not knocking on the door of a championship but couldn't close the deal on a 3-1 lead in the Western Conference Finals. If that was the case, Damian Lillard wouldn't even be thinking about leaving Portland. Wouldn't even be thinking about it if they were competitive. But he knows they're not, and they're not going to be, and that's why he wants out. Kevin Durant was knocking on the door of a championship and left to go to a sure thing, which was the Splash Brothers of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson along with Draymond Green. You really need to brush up on your basketball, Mary, before you ask me that question again. Have a nice day. Next caller.
What's up, Steven? This is Miles calling from North Carolina. I'm a little pissed at you because you don't talk about the Charlotte Hornets. And you went to a HBCU in North Carolina, sir. I think the Charlotte Hornets are going to be a top 6 team in the East this year. What's your thoughts on that? Oh, and LaMelo might win the MVP this year as well.
Okay.
Nice talking to you.
You sound ignorant. You just do. So let me brush up on how. First of all, the Charlotte Hornets need to give me a reason to talk about them. I talked about them recently because Michael Jordan sold the team. He still holds a minority stake, but he holds the team. The Charlotte Hornets were last in the conference semifinals, in 2001, 2002. In the last 21 years, the Charlotte Hornets have been to the playoffs 3 times. Charlotte franchise, 3 times. And each time they were bounced out in the first round. What the hell are you talking about? What reason was there to talk about the Charlotte Hornets? You don't want me to talk about Bridges. I'm happy he's back. And I know a lot of details about what happened to him. And, he has to own it. Okay? He made some mistakes there, no doubt about it. But there were some mistakes, according to him, that have never been reported. But having said all of that, he still found himself in a precarious situation. What else is there to talk about? LaMelo Ball went down. He's injured. You hope he's coming back healthy. You hope he wants to stay. That's why you drafted Brandon Miller, which was the right pick to make, by the way. What do you want me to talk about? The Charlotte Hornets have not been impressive. It's just that we have such profound respect for Michael Jordan because of all the things that he's done for the game that we don't want to lament the obvious. But they haven't been good. And you know it. Don't call up asking that dumbass question again, please. Thank you. Last caller, what's up?
Hey, Stephen A. This is Evan from Seattle, Washington. And I'm just wondering, with MLB potentially expanding, what two cities would you like to see get an expansion team?
What two cities would I like to see get an expansion team? Is this in the NBA? Oh, this is baseball. Okay. I love the idea of Vegas getting a team. I think we're over that with gambling being involved in sport. We can't be worried about that anymore. And the Oakland A's certainly should leave. That city, I don't know what the hell is going on, but when you got possums crawling in the walls, damn that. They got to get the hell up out of there. So I certainly would say Las Vegas. I'd say Las Vegas and Tennessee. Nashville, Tennessee. Nashville and Tennessee is undercover. That's an undercover fly town. It really is. It really, really is. I would say Nashville, Tennessee, and Las Vegas. Those are the two cities. That's it for today's show. Thank y'all for sticking with me. I had a lot to get into. And again, I'm sorry I had to go that route with DeSantis and Jesse Waters. My point is, why is this even a point of discussion? Why would you even bother bringing up the subject of slavery and having that discussed in our schools where there's some kind of positive to peel from it? Why? Why would you even allow yourself to have that as a topic of discussion? I think it's atrocious. And I take no joy in saying that because I like being independent and I don't like being transparent with my thinking in terms of who I support and who I don't, because I'm literally up for grabs most times because there's some things on both sides of the aisle that I don't like. But DeSantis has been so offensive in the last few weeks. I have found him more offensive than Trump. Trump is narcissistic and doesn't give a damn about anybody but himself, and appears to be a pathological liar or denier. DeSantis seems to have taken this to another level where he just doesn't mind who the hell he offends. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. I respect Jesse Waters, his knowledge, his accomplishments, etc. But you don't try to explain that. You're not black. How about simply sitting there and looking at folks and going like this? I'm not a black person. I can only imagine how they feel on this subject. Let me not touch it because I'm not them. And my people didn't go through what their people endured. And I'm not going through what they've been going through. And just leave it alone. That's really what I'm saying. I hope y'all got that message.